All right, Jack, we're here again, getting ready for a new season. Last year was interesting for you. You went through some pretty extreme lows and then highs. When you look back at that year, what did you learn the most from that experience? Going through the slump that you did, and then coming back and having some pretty big-time games in conference play. What was your biggest lesson that you learned from that whole experience?
A couple things, but one is that I'm capable of doing that. Like the coach, Coach Murray talked to me the other day. Actually, he said, not many players get like 21, 22 points in Big Ten games, so you're capable of doing that. So now it's about, stepping it up to being more consistent and being able to help out the team every single night. Keeping that level head, playing through the bad games. Everyone has bad games, and then playing through the good games and keeping it at a higher level this year.
How much does that experience and having gone through something like that, if you have a bad game this year, do you think that that's you're just going to be able to brush it off much more easily than you did maybe in years past? Like you know how to move on to the next game a little bit better than maybe you did when you were younger?
Yeah, for sure. Like one of my gifts and curses, the passion I have for basketball, and sometimes I used to let it get to my head. If I played bad, I cared so much that it would affect me in a bad way. So it's about keeping that level head, not riding the highs or the lows, and just keeping that smooth, cool, playing hard all the time and focusing on the next task,
So when you look ahead to this year, your role was kind of that three-point shooter a little bit, but then, you also had to help out in the front court. You added some new pieces this year, with Doobie and Isaac, and then you had some new shooters with Thomas and Nana, and James is joining the lineup. What is your role going to be this year, and how do you think that you're going to really factor in the most in this rotation?
Again, shooting the ball. I want to shoot above 40% this year. Try and be one of the best in the Big Ten. When people talk about three-point shooters, I want them to say Jack McVeigh. And being able to play the 3-4 this year. Being able to just make the right play all the time defensively, help out the whole team. Talk and then making plays. Making the right play, making the right read, and helping everyone else around me. The guy that everyone wants to play with. And making those big shots.
One of the things Coach Miles stressed after the season that absolutely had to get better this year was three-point shooting. And obviously, you want to elevate your game in that regard, but, when you look at the other pieces that you guys have added, do you believe that this is going to be a much better shooting team than what we've seen the past couple of years? Yeah,
for sure. It was good seeing the guys in the gym this year, at summertime, me, Evan, and Roby were in here every single morning together, and if one of us didn't show up, we'd call them out. Me and Evan would hit Isaiah up, that's not good enough, or they would say the same to me or anything. And then, in there earlier would be Glenn and James, working or being there after us. So it was good, and, it was shown in practice about making that open shot. And then, a lot of it's finding the open shots as well, getting 2 feet in the paint, finding the shooters for easy shots, and then knocking them down.
Now, when you look at kind of what this team has added, there's a lot of people that just don't know what this is going to look like. You guys have never played a game together with this group. What is your biggest reasons for optimism why this team is going to be better than a lot of people outside the program might think it's going to be this year?
There's a few things. One, we've got some talented dudes, and then two, we're angry, we're ready to make a statement, I want to leave a legacy here, I want people to speak of my name when I'm gone and say he helped us get that first win in the NCAA. So that's, a lot of us feel that same way. I know Anton, Evans last year, so he's ready to take it to the next level, and we all want to do it together.
Now you're entering your third year here, but as far as actual Big Ten minutes played, you're one of the veteran guys coming back on this. Have you kind of taken on the role of being a leader, especially once the season starts? Because you got a lot of young guys that are going to be making their college basketball debuts here, it's Big Ten debuts. Is that something that you've kind of taken upon yourself to kind of show these guys the ropes a little bit?
Yeah, I tried to just get in the gym as much as I could, and then try and bring people along, message like Roby or Nana, or, it's we got a little shot chart, making sure everyone's getting on top of that. But really, everyone's doing a good job. It's something we emphasized where the players need to take ownership of the team, and it's on everyone. It's on Glenn, it's on Evan, it's on me, it's on Geordie, even though it's his second year, it's on Roby, it's on everyone to really step it up and, bring that leadership to the table.
Take us back this summer. You had a pretty cool experience playing internationally. Well, I guess maybe give me the details on that and what that experience was like for you and how much you gained from it.
It was awesome. You know, nothing like playing for your country. That's what you live for, representing the green and gold. You know, and then I learned a lot. I shot the ball real well, 42% from 3. You know, and then I was playing constant 3.
And then there's Jordy.
And then there's Jordy. You know, Canadians, huh? Tell me about it. No, but
All right. So, long story short, you gained a lot from that experience overseas. And how much better do you think that's going to prepare you for being the type of player you want to be in Big Ten play?
You know, a lot. You know, it showed me some of my weaknesses, you know, and it helped me address them, talk to the coaches and stuff. And, you know, it's exciting. It helps me a lot. You know, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life, and I'm ready to go out there and prove it to everyone.
Last question, we got to ask about the beard. What's the story behind it, and is it going to stay once the season starts? The
story? There's no real story. You know, I like it. My girlfriend hates it, and my parents hate it. But I don't mind it, so I'm just pushing through all the negative comments. But I know there's some believers out there, and I think it's going to stay for a while. You know, like I definitely want to play a couple games with it. You know, make a few shots. You know, maybe get something going with it. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jay.
No problem. Actually, I've never clean shaved my entire life. Wow. Never. I use like just hair clippers because I cut my own hair. So I've never had the itchy stage.
Wow. That's the worst part.
Yeah, so there you go.